Hey guys, happy April. I can't believe how fast this year is flying, and I feel like it's even more so this year because my wedding is coming faster and faster. I don't even know what I'm gonna be like in the summer when it's just like a couple months away, but we'll see. So it is time for my March monthly favorites, so I'm sharing some of my favorite things from the month of March. This month the categories are a little different. I have entertainment, clothing and accessories, a game, and some podcasts. So I'm just sharing the things that I enjoyed. The categories change just depending on what I'm liking that particular month, but I am excited to share with you. So let's start with entertainment. The first one technically was from February, and I meant to add it to February, but then I forgot. So we're gonna add it into March, but it's Black Panther. I actually went to see this opening night having zero interest. Like, I could have not seen it, but I loved it, and I think that goes to show you how good it was. I was laughing, like, I feel like I can only take so many superhero movies, and just like with the number of Marvel movies that are out there now, like, I think I've seen the second Captain America, but haven't seen the first. Like, there's just so many. But this one was really, really good. Like, the message, just the cast, like, side note, it took me the entire movie to realize that I can't remember the character's name, was Michonne from The Walking Dead. The whole time I'm like, she looks so familiar. And then I see the credits and I was like, oh, that's who it is! Because I'm used to seeing her with dreadlocks. Not that I watch The Walking Dead anymore. Done with that show. Different story. But it was so good. Like, I would see it again. So if you haven't seen it yet, I don't know what you're doing, but go see it, because it's pretty good. And my favorite line is, I'm not good with characters' names, but when he's like, my children will eat you. Just kidding, they're vegetarians. That was my favorite line. Next is, like, the best show on Netflix right now. Nailed it. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I decorate cakes, went to school for baking, so I think it's even funnier for me to watch amateur bakers try and replicate 3-tier cakes, sculpted cakes with fondant, gum paste flowers, things like that. It's hilarious because I can see a cake and I go, okay, I know how they did this and this and this and this and this. And to watch amateur bakers try and replicate it, it's hilarious. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I'm like crying, laughing, watching this show. You just have to check it out. It's so funny. So there's 2 stages in each episode. The first one, it's been like cake pops or donuts, or what was the third one? Oh, they had to do like, actually I have a clip from a weekend vlog, so I'll put that in like here or somewhere. They had to do like a little spa cake, so it was like a cake with ganache on top, which is like chocolate and cream, and then Kit Kats around the outside with a ribbon. But the ganache, for a lot of the people, like, the more cream you add, the runnier it is. And so some people are just pouring it on and it's just like going everywhere. And so then you like display it to the judges and it shows, this is what you were going for, and you lift your thing and you go, nailed it, and it's hilarious. So definitely check that out. I've only watched 3 episodes. I'm trying to like space out the time that I watch it because it's so funny. Next is a book. The only book I read in March. I read like not even half of another book, but I've just been busy. So it's called The Party by Robin Harding. It was a really interesting book. So it's about these parents who, their 16-year-old daughter has a sweet 16 party and something goes wrong, and just like the parents, it's kind of like from everyone's different point of view. So the parents who the party happened at their house, how they deal with the consequences, how the daughter deals with the consequences because one of her friends got hurt, how the friend deals with it because she got hurt, how the mom of the daughter who got hurt deals with it, and then there's a lawsuit, and just, it's really interesting and kind of like dives into like social media in this day and age and like how hard it is to be a kid in high school when something happens to you and people say mean things about you on the internet. It's really interesting. Like, I think it's interesting, like, I'm in my mid-20s, so like I can still kind of relate to the high school student. I think it'd be interesting for a high school student to read, but then also like parents, just because it's like such a wide range of point of views. It was really good, and I flew through it. I think I read it in like a week. But I would definitely recommend that. I think I forgot to look if they're making it a movie. Normally I do that. I can't remember. And then lastly, I found a playlist on Spotify that takes me back. It's the 90s smash hit playlist, and I'm pretty sure it starts with the Backstreet Boys, but I was listening to it and every song was like, yeah. So there's like Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Mambo No. 5, like, and it's a really long playlist, but I love it. I think it has Britney Spears, her first CD album cover as the picture. I'm pretty sure it's called 90s Smash Hits. If it's something else, I'll write it in there. But yeah, if like 90s is your jam, go listen to it because it's awesome. And we have a Google Home Mini, and so I'll be like, playlist, and we like it. Next is clothing and accessories. The first thing is, I think, the first like jewelry accessory I've ever really talked about in a monthly favorites, and I've been doing them for just over 2 years now. So I'm wearing one, not this little piece of rose gold here, and I have another one, so I'll put in a close-up of them. But they are rose gold bangles from a company called Lillian & Co. If you are in the Disney like Instagram community at all, you've probably seen them, but they're just little bangle bracelets that you can just like squeeze to tighten them, and they come in silver gold and rose gold, and they have different like Disney sayings on them. So the one that I'm wearing today says "Have courage and be kind" from the live version of Cinderella that came out a few years ago. And then this one says "Do as dreamers do, like wishes," the old fireworks show from Magic Kingdom. But they just like bring a little bit of Disney joy to my day. Like, I would like to have more eventually, but they have, it just is like something nice to put on me. It's just like a little like mantra for the day. Just remember to be kind, or remember to like follow your dreams and stuff like that. They have like "I Can Go the Distance" from Hercules, "You'll Be in My Heart" for Tarzan, "Best Day Ever" from Tangled. Like, they have so many that I want to collect a lot of them, and the colors are really nice. This is the rose gold. I feel like it goes with anything, but it just is a little bit of Disney magic in my everyday, so I would definitely recommend checking those out. And then the second thing, sorry, I have my little pile over here, is a pair of leggings from Old Navy. I will put a picture of them on a model because I'm not going to model them for you. So they're the Old Navy Active Go Dry fitted leggings. I think my favorite leggings are Fabletics, but I think for the price point of the Old Navy ones, they do a good job. They suck everything in. They're comfortable. I don't think they're as soft as Fabletics leggings, which is part of why they're my favorite, but I've had them for a little while. They've worn pretty well. That I think if you're looking for like a fairly inexpensive pair of leggings, they're definitely a good fit. I live in Canada, so I don't have like Target, and I don't even know where I would shop to get a pair of leggings. So Old Navy is my normal go-to. I have like, I think they're considered thermal leggings from them that I love, that I work out with in the winter. So I just want it, and I have a pair of like crops from them that I really like, that I wear in the summer. So I was interested in trying the pair of full-length leggings, and I like them, so I thought I would share those with you. Next, the game that I've been addicted to on my iPad is called Bakery Story 2. Can you guys tell I bake? So it's like you create your little bakery and you have the different ovens that you can make the different recipes, and then you have to collect the ingredients and they take so long to load and stuff like that. But then you have like tasks that you do and you need to try and like expand the bakery to fit more people because guests will come in and like there'll be like a little cloud over their head that there's no seats, that they're disappointed, but you earn like coins and gems that you can use to buy stuff and stuff like that. But I don't know, it's a fun like task game, I guess you could explain it as, and then like you fill up your counters and then sometimes you'll run out of space on your counters and there's so many servings for the different types of food that take longer to bake and stuff like that. But I've been addicted to it and I've been enjoying it, so I thought I would recommend it. And then last, I have 2 podcasts for you guys. The first one is called Up and Vanished. It's a true crime podcast that started in summer 2016. It deals with the Tara Grinstead case, which I'm kind of surprised that I hadn't heard about, but I probably did and just didn't pay attention. But she disappeared in 2005, I believe. And this podcast is really interesting because it was happening in real time. So Payne Lindsay is the host, and he's also a like filmmaker. So he was doing like a documentary and the podcast, but he's kind of investigating the case in real time. That he also has like a phone number for the podcast, so you could like call in and leave your questions. And he has worked with like one of the investigators who was called in by the family when it happened, who has been like who worked on the case for a very long time, and then also a lawyer. But there have actually been developments in the case since the podcast started, and I'm not done it yet, so I'm hoping this will go up after I finished it, because I'm really trying not to Google it, but because I want to know what happens. But it's a really interesting, and I wish that I had found it when it started to follow along with it in real time. But yeah, if you're into true crime podcasts, which I apparently am loving, then I would definitely recommend it. And like, I listened to Serial a few months ago, and like Payne, who does Up and Vanished, is a fan of that, and it's just really interesting. Really interesting. So check that out. And there are lots of like, they call them case evidence episodes, so it's like a bonus episode where they delve in deeper and talk to like certain experts and do Q&As and stuff like that. It's really interesting, and there's like discussion boards on the case and of other people giving suggestions, and it's really crazy. And then the second podcast, I've listened to probably 8 or 9 episodes, and there are a lot of episodes. My friend Lila actually recommended this podcast to me. It's Gilmore Guys. So Lila actually has a blog and a YouTube channel, so I will link those down below, so go check her out. But we both love Gilmore Girls, and she was like, you need to listen to this. So again, this podcast is older. I think it started in 2014, maybe, before the revival, and I think they're actually in the revival, so I need to rewatch it. But it's Kevin and Demi, 2 guys, and Kevin grew up with Gilmore Girls, so he's watched it many times and is rewatching it, and Demi is watching it for the first time, and they talk about each episode of the podcast is an episode of Gilmore Girls. So they actually do all of the episodes. I think they might skip some, and they have some like joint episodes, but it's really interesting, and like just how deep into Gilmore Girls they go, and I think it lends itself well to somebody who's watched it a lot, because you notice different things every time you watch it. So it's interesting, and I'm trying to watch a different show because I just finished Friends before I go back to Gilmore Girls, because that's pretty much what I do every year. So I'm trying to hold off watching it, but it'll be cool to rewatch it while listening to it to see what they're talking about, but at the same time I've also watched it so many times that I know what they're talking about. But if you like Gilmore Girls, I've already recommended it to people that I know that watch Gilmore Girls, so definitely go check it out because it's funny. And then eventually they have like Lauren Graham is in an episode and Scott Patterson's in a few episodes, so to actually have someone from the show on their podcast is really cool. So that is it for my March favorites. I feel like I talked more than normal. This video is like 15 minutes long, which is a little bit longer, but I don't know. I'm just very passionate about my favorites this month, and I feel like I needed to explain them a little bit more. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and let me know what you enjoyed during the month of March in the comments below. As always, there will be a link below to the coordinating blog post where all the links for the items will be found. And thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks again for watching. Bye.